Welcome to episode 3. I'm Spencer.
I'm Jeremy.
And we're the Movie Bros.
So today we just got back from watching Invisible Man.
It was an interesting one. I feel like you can't help but compare this to previous iterations of The Invisible Man. The most recent one, I think, was Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon.
I went into the movie, I'll be honest, I went in with low expectations.
I also went in with low expectations, which I feel like is kind of a good way to go into movies in general, especially for these ones that aren't looking super great.
That said, the last I checked, I checked the Rotten Tomato score, and it was 88.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty high. So I was still trying to be realistic, set my expectations low when we went into the movie. My honest overall view. I thought the movie was slow in the beginning.
Yes.
It ramped up about halfway, and that's when the movie got good.
Yeah, it definitely was a little slow to start, and I was kind of waiting as it was building tension, but I liked it. I liked the movie. I'm genuinely impressed. I really thought this movie was gonna be crap.
Yeah.
I was ready to trash it.
Yeah.
And they did a good job. I mean, understanding that the Invisible Man can only be so original. The concept of the Invisible Man can only be so original. They're not going to be able to bring too many new things to the table. I thought they did a great job at kind of slowly building the tension. They would give you these great camera angles where you're looking down a hallway and you're looking for something, but nothing really appears. And you're like, is he there? Is she crazy? And you just don't know. And then you get the same experience.
Crazy?
Am I crazy? Yeah. Should I be seeing something? Am I not seeing something?
That was something that I noticed as well, is the camera movement, the camera motion was trying to build tension between you and this other character. Is there someone else in the room? Is it not? It was, and so throughout the whole movie, until you knew there was somebody really there, they were trying to build this tension. And I think, to me, I kind of anticipated that, and I think that's why I felt like the movie was slow in the beginning.
Sure.
But then when you knew there was this nemesis in the movie, this invisible person,
right?
I thought the movie was great from there. I was like, wow, yes.
Yeah. I'm continually gonna just be amazed that I liked it. I really didn't expect to. I thought Elisabeth Moss, so she's the primary actor in this, she did a great job. She's got a lot of scenes where obviously she has to act and there's no one else in the scene with her, and so it's kind of her doing this, standalone acting as people do when there's special effects in movies, and she did a really good job.
I thought she was excellent as the lead, as the star. That the story was from her point of view. Everything really revolved around Elisabeth Moss in this movie, about her character. And I was really sympathetic towards her. I really felt there were definitely times where I was like, people have got to be thinking she is. If I had heard somebody say what she was saying, she was clearly crazy in the movie.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like one of the things I struggle with sometimes with these horror movies, and I'm gonna put this in that category, is there's a lack of reality. Where they do things and you're just like, come on, you're making the wrong call. And there was a moment or two, it wasn't completely devoid of those. But for the most part, it was pretty believable that this is how someone might respond to this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. There were some moments where I was like, especially some of the medical stuff. I was like, wow, that's a little, and it's never right on point.
Right.
But I thought the movie was great. A couple other things that I wanted to mention too. One, I thought the sound design for the movie was awesome. Yes. It really helped bring you into the movie. I thought the cinematography for the movie was excellent. I loved how movies are being color graded these days, and I thought this movie was beautiful to look at. I thought the locations that the movie was shot at was also really beautiful. It's shot here in the Bay Area,
right,
where we live, where these reviews come from. So for us, it was relatable as well. We live in a very beautiful, dense city, and in some of the locations, you get to see more water, more city. It was really, I thought it cinematically was amazing, and I want to see what you score this as.
So just to touch on that as well, the primary residence they shoot in, beautiful. Some of the views, I agree. The cinematography in particular was just phenomenal. Like you said earlier, when they're showing you the angles, sometimes you're like, is this just an empty room, or is this the angle from? It could be from his perspective.
Right,
from The Invisible Man. Like, there's one scene where she goes into a hallway, and just the way the camera pans back and forth, you could believe that you were taking the view of him as she's kind of searching for something. It's gonna be a tough one to rate. I think I'm still struggling to want to give this a high score. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, I was gonna go with a 8.5.
Yes, that sounds good.
And so, which to me seems like it kind of lines up with the Rotten Tomatoes scores, right?
Yeah.
88.
Right.
I feel like it was right at that point where it was a great movie. I definitely say go see it while it's in the theater.
Yes.
We saw it in XD. Great
Yes,
movie.
good in IMAX. The shuddering sound, as you mentioned, having those extra speakers to like kind of reverberate and just give you that entire like surrounded experience was excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. You heard it here first. Movie Bros, go check out Invisible Man.
We'll see you next time.